Hello everyone, welcome back. I guess we are to show the slingshot to the kids this time. Oh, it's that guy. Omae, choudo yokatta. Yeah, this is the kanji for choudo, which his wife said to us actually. Choudo just means like just right, you know. Yeah, so choudo yokatta is literally that actually, you know, exactly the right point. Just like this is perfect, perfectly timed, or you know, something like that. Teire ga sundan de heya ni oite oita zo. Okay, interesting. Teire, I'm going to look that up actually. Teire. So just like, oh, okay. Repairs, maintenance, tending, trimming, grooming. Okay. So that's referring to our house in some way, is it? Or maybe it's just his business is done? I'm not sure actually. Huh. Okay. Anyway, teire ga sundan de. Here we have sumu again, meaning to end, basically. And this is past tense, obviously, sunda. And then this should be no de, but he's just shortened it to unde, sundan de. So whatever has finished. So heya ni, obviously heya is room, literally like kind of a part of an interior, a room. Heya ni, and then oite oita. So oku is to place or to put something down somewhere, and then we have oku again, which is obviously that to do something in preparation for the future for when it's needed. Oite oita zo. Zo is just a funny little vibe changer. O tsuriza o moratte kuretan da na. So a noise and then fishing rod. Moratte kuretan da na. Moratte kureta. Oh, okay, maybe he's like saying... That's funny, I thought of saying this as like a joke. But it seems you can actually say it. So morao is to receive something, and then kureru is to well, it's that sort of to do something for someone else, right? So he's sort of saying you've received it as a favor to me, even though it was a gift to us. It's sort of like you've received it for me, haven't you? That's what the undana is doing anyway, kind of. And then korin ga shittara yorokobu yo. So yeah, Colin obviously, and shiru is to know, to learn, well, to know something. So shittara is kind of if or when. If or when Colin learns or knows that you've received it. And then yorokobu is to be happy. This is a verb in Japanese. In English we obviously have to say be happy. We have to say be and then an adjective, but yorokobu is just a verb in Japanese, to be happy. Igai to yoku tsureru daro. So igai to is like surprisingly, unexpectedly, and yoku tsureru, it like you can catch surprisingly effectively, can't you? Is sort of what's going on there, I suppose. Soreja na. Soreja just meaning like, you know, with that kind of thing, with that concluded, and it's sort of obviously you don't have to say anything else, it's kind of just a greeting. It's like with that concluded, you know. So yeah, just like see you later, essentially. Right, dude. Cheers. Hey kids, I got a surprise. Ah, omae, pachinko motteru jan. So a noise, omae, you know, kind of you exist having the slingshot, don't you? Kind of. Jan. Yeah. Yeah, omae, katta no ni. I don't know what this is. Seems a bit kind of like a lovey-dovey kind of noise. Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know. She's trying to be... Well, She is a girl, right? She's kind of like a, I suppose, I don't know, it's trying to make her be a bit cutesy, I guess. And then katta, obviously past tense of cow, to buy. So katta no ne. I would suggest that this is a very feminine ending. So probably girls only, women only can say this. Katta no ne, you bought it, didn't you? Oh, the little kid didn't have anything to say. I'm already a pro, guys. I don't need this. Ah. Junbi kanryo. Was that him? Okay. Junbi is preparations, and kanryo just means to be complete. So preparations complete. Yosh. Koko ni aru mato to kakashi de pachinko no ilyoku wo misete kureyo. So yosh just meaning alright. And koko ni aru, well, existing at here, basically. Mato is targets, and kakash is scarecrows, or scarecrow. So the scarecrows and the targets that exist at here, and then de meaning using, I suppose, using them. Pachinko no ilyoku, the slingshot's power. Misete kure yo. So miseru is to show, and kure obviously kind of a modest imperative. Maybe, you know, well, it's kind of imperative, isn't it? Misete kure. It's kind of, I suppose it's kind of desperate in a way, is kure, misete kure. It's like, you know, please, for the love of God, show us, kind of thing. Maybe. That's how, yeah, I don't know, I think that kind of works. Maybe that was a bit strong in this case, but it does have that kind of vibe. And then yo, obviously, yeah. Just adding a bit of force. Konna no ni kyomi aru nante honto okochama ne. Okay, not really sure. Let's look that up, actually. Here we are. Okochama. Oh, child. Okay. Oh, okochama. Immature person. So I wonder if she was saying, like, maybe she was saying that, like, iyan thing earlier out of a kind of what's the word, a kind of reluctance, you know, she didn't like that we'd bought the slingshot, maybe, because iya can kind of mean, like, you know, iya means no, basically, or yada is like, I don't accept that. It kind of means no, right? Maybe it might not have been that though. And then konna no ni. Okay, so konna no, I guess, is like to this much of a, and then no is maybe standing in for the noun here, which is like maybe the activity we're doing. Konna no ni kyomi aru nante. Yeah, maybe this kind of thing, and then ni is just kind of needed because kyomi aru. It's like existing, and then kyomi is like interest. So nante is kind of, what's nante doing? It's sort of showing, how did I always forget what I said before. It's showing kind of disapproval, I suppose, of what's before it. So I suppose it kind of works as translating this as like to think that there exists interest in this kind of thing, maybe. And then honto meaning really, and then okochama, as we already looked up, is like, you know, you're really childish, and then ne, aren't you, kind of thing. So for you to have so much interest in this kind of thing is really childish of you, isn't it? Sort of. Shouganai kara omae misete agete yo. Shouganai basically means, I don't want to translate it this way, but it does kind of work, I suppose. Like, it can't be helped. There is nothing that can be done about that. And then kara is like so. Because there is nothing that can be done, Omae, misete agete yo. It's like, you can't change that. These two have this interest in this kind of thing, and that can't change. That can't be changed. So, just show them is kind of the vibe of this text box. Ageru. For some reason, she's distancing herself from these two with that. She's saying ageru. Maybe she doesn't want to be involved, so she's kind of distancing. Had she said kurete, it would have maybe suggested that she's involved in wanting to see. But because she's saying agete, it's like show them. She's not really including herself in the group, I think. But alright, let's do it. Oh, wrong button. No, dude. Just let me eat this lava first, guys. There we go. Oh look, she's a bit interested now. Atatta. Ataru is to hit a target. Basically just to hit a target. So atatta is just past tense, so it's like, kind of literally it's like it was hit, or the seed hit the target, rather than the transitive verb. But basically it's just saying, you hit it. Chikaku no mono wa eru de nerau to ate yasui te setsumeisho ni kaite atta wa. Chikaku no mono. So things that are close things, basically. It's kind of weird. I don't know why you can't just say chikai mono. Just use like the adjective form of this with mono, so close things. But for some reason they don't do that. They tend to say chikaku no something, or chikaku ni rather than chikai. And I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah, consider that. Bear that in mind if you're going to be using this word. You might want to say chikaku ni or chikaku no rather than chikai. Anyway, close things. Eru de using L, nerao to aim, and ate yasui. This is the stem of a verb plus yasui, which means that something is easy to do. People might often say like wakari yasui, in the sense that that's easy to understand. Ate yasui. This is the transitive of the verb, so it's ateru. Meaning to kind of intentionally target and hit something, I guess. So ate yasui just means it's easy to hit things if you aim using L. And then te, kind of just quoting all of that information so that she can add something else afterwards. And then we have setsume sho, which is literally like explanation document, or the what do you call that? The instruction booklet sort of thing. The explanation document. Ni kaite atta. So kaku is to write, and putting aru after the te form of a verb means that something exists having been done, sort of thing. So it existed written in the explanation document. Quote, close items, use L and, aim using L, and they'll be easy to hit. And then wa, just that kind of feminine sentence ending thing. And now this kid's piping up a bit. He's saying, "Kyomi nakattan janai no kayo." Kyomi nakatta, obviously just that's past tense. So interest did not exist. And then janai kind of negating it, sort of like, was not it the case that interest didn't exist? Or much less literally, I thought you weren't interested, were you? And then no ka yo is kind of, just sort of no ka yo. Just, I suppose it's kind of calling her out, or it's, in this case it is. It's just kind of calling her out. No kayo. Kayo's kind of funny. I need to kind of think about that. Like, for example, people sometimes might say like shiru kayo, in the sense of like, how would I know? Like, it's sort of, questions in quite a strong kind of way. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what happened. You know, I thought you didn't have any interest. It's kind of a strong questioning kind of combination of particles. Do I need to do anything else? They want me to shoot that as well, do they? Oh. Oh, I'm probably supposed to do what she said. Oh. Oh, okay. Omae chika sugiru yo. Okay, so this is the, yeah, chika, obviously from chikai. And what you can do is you can take the e off and put sugiru to mean basically, it basically translates as that's too close. But literally what's going on is like you're exceeding close. Sugiru is actually a verb, so it's like, you know, yeah, you are exceeding close, and then yo is just kind of strong. Strengthening that. Well, I can't... Oh, let's get the spider then. How was that, guys? No? Okay, fine. Well, I can't... Okay, I'll just shoot everything, I guess. Oh, sugoi omae. So obviously just a noise, and then sugoi. I'm sure you know sugoi. It's just like amazing, incredible. Yeah, omae arigato. Yeah, so maybe that wasn't a kind of a disapproval or whatever before. Maybe it's just a noise. And then arigato, obviously, thank you. You're welcome. Yappa omae wa sugoi na. Yappa is a shortening of yappari, which also sometimes is read, well, read or pronounced as yahari. I think yappari is more common, but some people say yahari. In fact, I might start to. I kind of prefer it. Yahari. Sounds kind of cool. But yeah, yappari means like sort of as one expected, as was expected. Yeah. And then omae wa sugoi na, like as expected, you're awesome kind of thing. Ari, so ieba omae. So a noise of surprise, and then so ieba is kind of like now that you mention it. Literally, it's like, you know, if we say so, having said so. But yeah, like now that you mention it kind of thing, or on the topic of that, blah, 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 blah. And then omae, obviously our name. Sakki, koren no otousan ga nanika motte kite nakatta kke? Sakki, just meaning a little while ago. Korin no otousan, so Colin's father. Ga, just a particle, don't worry about that. Nanika, something. Motte kite, sort of brought, essentially. And then nakatta. Nakatta is, you know, negative past tense, so sort of did not he bring something. And then a ke, a small tsu, and then a ke is sort of like it's trying to recall information. So it's kind of a rhetorical thing. You're not asking someone something. You're just kind of thinking out loud. I suppose, you know, he brought something, like, didn't he? I suppose a better example is like often, like, if you kind of ask in classes, again, all my stories are going to be from English class, but if you kind of have taught a kid a question or an answer or whatever, taught him some English, or them some English, I should say, and then asked them a question, they very often say, nandakke? Like, oh, what was it again? They're kind of trying to recall the information. So that's kind of what that is, the ke at the end. She's just trying to recall whether that was the case or not. Oh, so da yo, are nanda? So a noise, and then so da yo, yeah, that's right, you're correct, I guess. And then are, that thing that Colin's father brought. Nanda, what is it? Kini naru. Misero. Damn, dude, he's got an attitude problem, I tell you. So kini naru basically means that you become interested. You want to know something, I suppose. You want further details. It literally is like, it becomes I don't know, it's sort of like it has attached to your consciousness. You can't sort of shake it. You want more information. You kini naru. I suppose actually it's just kind of intransitive. Like kini suru is to sort of think about something, to wonder about something, maybe usually kind of excessively. People will often say like kini shinai de, as in like don't worry about it, don't mind, don't put it to your mind, don't mull it over in your head, you know, kini shinai de. And kini naru is maybe just the intransitive of that, like I can't help but, you know, that thing, how do you, the thing kind of is just on your mind. It attracts your attention, it attracts your thoughts, you're thinking about it, you want to know more. Anyway, that's kind of the vibe there. And then misero is the imperative of like show, so it sort of sounds like show. It's sort of, you could probably put a swear word in there for how harsh this is. You could say like, you know, effing show me, but it doesn't, it's that sort of harshness, but it's not really, it's maybe not a very good equivalent, but it's pretty inappropriate. He shouldn't really be saying that to us. It's probably because he's younger that he doesn't know that that's sort of a bit, you know, you shouldn't really ask people to do things. With that, it's probably what it is. What now? I don't want to talk. I don't really want to talk to Colin. I'll get the sword. It is a sword, right? What have you brought me? Okay, hold on. What? Oh man, I feel like I should. Obviously, it's like it's wooden blade, basically. I think this is tall. This has the reading katana as well, which is obviously, you know, a very famous Japanese word, katana. But yeah, I think this might be toe here. Is it just like mokto or something? Let's have a look. We got ki, and then we have katana. Bokto. Okay, bokto. And then teni ireta, right? So you entered, or you placed into the hand the bokuto, the wooden sword. Shikkari teire sarete modotte kita. Shikkari teire sarete modotte kita. What's teire? Wait, didn't we see this already? Teire. Oh yeah, no, of course we did. He said it to us, didn't he? Oh right. That makes sense now. Sorry, yeah, this is, I'm actually recording this half of the video on a different day to the first half, so I kind of forgot that we'd seen this. But yeah, teire, repairs, maintenance, blah 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 blah. So I guess so obviously I misunderstood it before and thought he was talking about repairing our house, but obviously he's talking about this. He's talking about the sword. Russell, right? I think his name is. So shikkari just meaning like sturdily, hardily, properly, you know, yeah, those kinds of words. And then teire sarete, so I guess, well, this is the passive form of suru, so it's sort of like it has been hardily repaired or maintained or something. And then modotte kita, in that the sword has come back. It came back. The sword came back having been hardily repaired or whatever. Atsukai kata wa kantan. So again, atsukau meaning to handle, to treat, and that's atsukai kata. The stem of a word plus, the stem of a verb plus kata means sort of the way of doing. So the way of handling it, kantan, is simple. So handling it is simple. And then B or osudake. So press B only, just press B. Oh, okay, cool. What do we even do? Do the kids want to know? Hey kids, check it out. So again, this is like the catchphrase of the game, isn't it? You just constantly see this. Araomae. And then bokuto janai. Again, poor punctuation. Well, not poor, but misleading, I would say, for non-native speakers, of course, because that's a question, right? It's like, is not that a wooden sword? Whereas obviously with an exclamation mark, as a learner of Japanese, you might see that as bokuto janai, which is like, it's not a wooden sword, which obviously is not at all what's going on here. Honto da. So just honto da is just meaning for real, I suppose, might be a good translation. It's like, oh, that is so. That's true. That's really the case. And then na chotto misete kure ya. So just kind of a noise, and then a little misete kure, just, you know, show me a little, or show it to me a little. And then saikin itazura zaru ga deru kara sa oida yatsukete yarunda. So saikin, recently. Itazura is like mischief, pranks, troublemaking. Or maybe just trouble in that sense, like the trouble-making kind of trouble. Itazura zaru. Zaru is the word saru, meaning monkey, but just obviously with a dakuten because it's easier to say after itazura, I guess. Itazura zaru. Although, is that actually, like, maybe that's the actual name for them in this game, is it? Are they actually called itazura zaru? Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Itazura zaru, so the sort of the mischief monkeys. And then deru is just to kind of make an appearance, to appear, I guess. So those monkeys come. Or because they come, or because recently they've been coming. Oida, I, that's a first person pronoun. For some reason he wants to say oida to refer to himself. And then yatsukeru is just kind of to, I guess it's kind of to do in a way. It's like kind of to defeat, to beat. I'll have a look for that as well, actually. Yatsukeru. Yeah, to beat, to attack, to do away with, blah blah blah. And then unda, well, yarunda. So the yaru is just put after the te form again, doesn't change the meaning really, maybe just slightly more rough vibe in my opinion, and then unda is explanatory language. Dakara, ken no tsukaikata oshiete kure yo. Do I need to do this? I guess I should, right? So dakara, because of that, or so, ken no tsukaikata, so we have this thing again of the stem of the verb, sky with kata, the way of using of a sword, the way of using of a sword, or a sword's way of using. Oshiete kure yo, you know, teach, tell me, teach me. Yatta! Just kind of a celebratory exclamation, I suppose. Ja, mazu, are, ga ii ya. So ja, you know, having decided that, mazu is first, are, that, sort of that technique that everyone knows but that I'm not going to explicitly state, you know, that, ga ii is kind of, you know, are ga ii. E's annoying, isn't it, really? It's too many... It's too context-sensitive kind of thing. So in this case, it's kind of like, you know, E here is kind of just saying, show me that, please show me that. But it doesn't really translate literally. And then kiri. Kiru is to slice, I suppose. So kiri is just the noun, you know, it's a stem, so it's the noun, so the slice. B で振るだけでいいんだよな. So just kind of thinking, I suppose, going and then B で using B. 振る is to swing. だけ, so just swinging with B. でいい. How do you translate that? Again, we've got E again. B で振るだけでいい. I suppose that E in this case is like saying is how you do it, will complete it. So merely pressing B will do the job kind of thing. It's so varied, I suppose, E. And then undayona, just kind of, I don't know, inquiring basically. Pow! Yosha! Yokogiri! Do? Kimatta? Okay, I don't know. Yosha is just kind of like, alright, I suppose. Yokogiri. Yoko just meaning horizontal, and giri again, slice, so horizontal slice. And then do, how? How was it? Kimatta, I don't know what that means. It means, you know, decided. But I don't know why he's saying it. Kimatta? Is he just saying, like, you know, have you mastered it? Or something? Hokani wa L chumoku shinagara B de tate giri dekirun datta yo na. Hokani wa, that's interesting. Usually hokani takes the particle mo in that also other than that also you can do this. But here he said wa. So other than that, I suppose it's no different really, kind of. Other than that, I don't know. That's weird. This is uncommon, I think, with wa. It's usually mo. But okay. Eruchumoku shinagara, so obviously while L focusing. B de, using B. Tate giri is a vertical slice. And then dekiru is the potential form of suru, of course, so you can vertical slice using B while L targeting or L focusing. And then undatta yona, just kind of, you know, confidently, rhetorically seeking agreement at the end there with yona. Yeah. Ja. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, fine, okay, they've just skipped that for me. So he said ja, tsugiwa, meaning, you know, with that being done, tsugi meaning next, and now she's interrupted for some reason. Ne omae, are misete. So noise, and then kind of an attention-getting noise, just kind of ne, hey, omae, are misete, you know, show us that. Hora, eru 注目しながら、3D スティックを上に倒して B でブスって突き刺す Sush something like that. ほら is that like you know in this case, but I've sort of translated it as see in the past, haven't I, or behold. Maybe it's kind of behold here, is it? I don't know. L chumoku shinagara, so again while L focusing. Taosu here is to kind of fell something. So fell to up the 3D stick. So, you know, tilts the 3D stick, push it over so that, you know, to the up position. And then B de, using B, busut de. I don't know what busuru. Is it busuru? Let's have a look here. Busuru. I don't think that can't be right. Busuru? Busu? No. Busutsu? Must be busuru then, is it? To stroke, to caress. That can't be right. Let's katakana-rize it. No. Okay, we'll ignore those entries. But wow. Busutte. Tsuki sasu. Well, tsuku is to kind of stab. And sasu is also to stab. So we've kind of got them together there. Tsuki sasu. To stab stabbingly. To stab. I don't know, kind of funny. But I guess maybe, yeah, busutte. Oh, busutte. That's just onomatopoeia then, isn't it? Sorry, I'm completely misunderstanding that. Yeah, so it's busutte. The te quoting the noise as an onomatopoeic sound to complement the verb, basically, yeah. Busutte tsuki sasu. And then sashi is just, I guess, the noun form of sasu, to stab. Tsuki, daro. And then he's saying, I think he's correcting, right? Tsuki, that's the noun form of tsuku, which was also to stab, so maybe he's kind of correcting here. Tsuki, daro. It's the stab, isn't it? Okay. Sugoi omae. It's obviously just amazing. Sekkaku dakara are mo mitai na. Sekkaku is... Have we encountered this already? Sekkaku means that... Sekkaku is when someone goes to effort to do something. Sort of thing. So she's sort of saying, because you've already gone to the special effort of, you know, starting to show us the sword techniques, like while we're at it kind of thing, you know, we should make maximum use of your, you know, all the effort you've gone to. So she's sort of saying, you know, because you've gone to all of this effort, yeah, that kind of works. Because you've gone to all this effort, you know, aremo, that also mitai, I want to see. Or more literally, is desirable to see. Kaiten giri te yun dakke. Kaiten meaning revolving, and then kiri, obviously slice, right? Kaiten giri. So the revolving slice, the spin attack. Te yun dakke. So we have this dakke thing again. And the you here is meaning to say. So kind of one says, quote, the revolving slice, don't they? Or was it called the revolving slice? She's trying to remember, right, with dakke. Kuru kuru mawaru sugoi yatsu. Oh, okay. Kuru kuru is kind of an adverb, I suppose. It means spinning. And then mawaru also means to spin. That's a verb, though. So you've got like spinning, spin, and then amazing, and then yatsu. Yatsu kind of translates well to one. Like as in the spinny one, in this case. Yatsu is quite good for that. In fact, I see my guitar in the reflection of my monitor. When I bought that, I went to this instrument place, and obviously, and when I was asked which one I was thinking of buying, because I asked the staff to, you know, let me play one, and they were like, which one were you thinking of? And I said Yasui Yatsu, the cheap one, you know. I didn't want, well, I couldn't afford like a better one, but so I said Yasui Yatsu, meaning like a cheap one, or the cheap one. So that's kind of what's going on here. Sugoi Yatsu, the amazing one, the amazing spinning one. Shibaraku bi oshite hanasu dake daro. So shibaraku meaning for a little while. Bi oshite, so press B for a little while. Hanasu is to release. So yeah, just hold B for a little while and then release. Dake, kind of simply or only or merely. and then daro just isn't it. So you simply hold B for a little while and then release, don't you? Can I do the... Oh, nice. Okay, you can. I thought I'd failed then. Yeah, mo. Oh, my arigato. So noises, I don't know what mo is. Maybe that's kind of an emotional thing, I suppose. Doesn't really have meaning. It's just kind of... Yeah, expressing emotion in an impressed kind of way, perhaps. And then arigato, obviously. Thanks for showing me that. せっかくのお休みなのにこんなお子ちゃまの相手させてごめんね. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have oyasumi. You don't necessarily need the o. It's just yasumi, which is obviously the noun form of yasumu, meaning to rest. So in this case, it's the noun form of that, meaning a day off, which I think we've already seen anyway. So せっかくの yasumi. So it's kind of like, not really, in this case, sekkaku isn't obviously going to the effort, but it's kind of せっかくのお休み. せっかくのお休み. Sekkaku no yasumi. How do you translate that? Sekkaku no yasumi. It's obviously like, you know, on your day off. You know, on a day off that you were, I don't know. Sekkaku no oyasumi. I suppose maybe like on your, like a hard-earned day off kind of thing. Maybe it's something along that sort of vibe, a hard-earned day off. And then nano ni is kind of like a... it's kind of like despite, basically. Usually it's sort of remorseful or regretful. Like you would say like nano ni or just no ni in the case of verbs. But it would usually be a bit sort of regretful. Like, we came all this way, but it's closed, you know. Despite coming all this way, the place is closed, you know. It's usually a bit kind of regretful. But I don't think that's the case here. Sekkaku no oyasumi nano ni. And then konna okochama. So these kinds of, you know, immature, you know, boys, not aite. Sasete gomen ne. Aite sasete. So I guess it's like being made to accompany, being made to be the partner or the participating, being made to be a participator of company of these kinds of immature knobheads or whatever. And then gomen, she's apologizing for it at the end, obviously, like, you know, sorry that I think she's saying like sasite, like she's apologizing that she has made us keep such immature company, or sort of, you know, to maybe kind of host them, to accommodate. That's what I'm looking for, probably. It's like, sorry for causing you to have to accommodate these immature people, these immature kids on your hard-earned day off. Oh man, dude, really? Can you stop? Am I think I might be pressing things that are advancing the text. I think my mouse is somehow now controlling Dolphin. I don't know, anyway. 最後にジャンプ切り見せてよ. So saigo meaning the most back, or the last, finally. Yeah, so lastly, jumpu giri, the jump slice. Misete yo, show us the jump slice. Hora, baan te tobu yatsu. So I guess just here. Ban, again just a noise. Ban de, quoting the noise to accompany the verb. Tobu, to jump, and yatsu, so the one where you jump through the air. Ban! I don't know what ban is. I guess maybe that's the landing. Maybe ban is bang. When you land, you make a bang, right? And stuff. Eru chumoku shinagara e no are ka. So the cut at the end is questionizing it. So it's like, do you mean or are you talking about that thing of, A, while doing L focusing? Of course he is. Oh! Very impressive. Please give me money. Omae, arigato na. Obviously just thank you. Nanka, oira, wakatta yo na. Wakaranakatta yo na. Medley said this, didn't she? Okay, I will ask about it this time because that has come up twice and I don't know, I'm not sure what's going on. Nanka, oira. So nanka, I think that's just preceding what he wants to say. That's just very common. It doesn't have meaning. It's just people just say it when they have something to say, basically. Nanka ne. Blah, 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 blah. Oira, me, wakatta yo na. So obviously, I guess I understand. And then wakaranakatta yo na. I guess he must be... Is he deciding whether he knows, whether he gets what we're doing or not? I'll ask about that. Dakedo, kore de saru ga itsu dete kite mo. Okay, dakedo, but kore de, with this kind of spectacle, I suppose, with your having shown us the sword techniques. Saru ga, the monkeys. Itsu dete kite mo. Kind of, I suppose, whenever they come out is kind of whenever they make an appearance. Ah! There's one now. Mate! The imperative of matsu, meaning to wait, of course. And I might leave it there, actually. Because that's long enough, props. Yeah, cool. I need to run in like bigger circles or something. Camera's a bit dodgy. Yeah, alright. Thanks for watching. Like if you want. Oh no, wait, I changed this, didn't I? Yeah, like, subscribe, and or support if you want, don't if you don't. Thanks to my patrons, and I'll catch you next time.